remembering, meditating, you can say about learning, enlightening, something which is called yoga, which is so famous in all world, yoga. Yeah? So how much time frame I have? What's the time?
At least you've got an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh no. Okay.
As they're listening and as you're feeling inspired.
They don't close the restaurant till about 8:30, 9 o'clock p.m.
They close restaurant 8:30?
9 o'clock, really. 8:30 is last plate.
So you're giving a feast to everyone?
No, they're having a feast. But this onion garlic.
But we'll see if the natives are getting restless. Next time we'll give them some sugar.
I'm not a very interesting person, so I just try my best to give you a spiritual understanding of the word yoga. Yes? So please bear with me. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjansalakaya Chakshurumlitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Stadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, thank you. Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you. You met? Nice. Okay. What is your understanding of the word yoga? Nothing? No. I travel all over the world. I've been to many countries in the yoga studios. So I always start my lecture with asking the audience, what do you understand by the word yoga? So anyone from the audience? Any definition? Yes?
To join, to yoke, to unite.
Correct. To join, to connect, right? That's called yoga. There are many definitions of yoga, many versions of yoga. One which we easily understand is called Hatha Yoga. That means different postures of the body to maintain our gross body, the physical body, keep in shape. So you might be thinking, what is this gross body means? So today I'm going to give you a little philosophical aspect of what is the definition of the word yoga. But to understand that, we need to know in the beginning, gross body, and there is another called subtle body. Subtle body is not spirits, but there is a composition of subtle body which is within us. What we are seeing each other, male and female body, these are gross bodies. But there is a subtle body within ourselves, and the composition of that subtle body is, which we can't see. The composition is mind, intelligence, and there is third, false ego. There's a composition of subtle body, and that's why we can't see subtle body. Like there are many spirits, they're ghosts, we can't see them. Why? Because they don't have gross bodies. They have subtle body, understand? And that means just mind, intelligence, and false ego. You cannot see my mind, I cannot see your mind. You can't see my intelligence, I can't see your intelligence, because it's very subtle in nature. But I can see and you can see bodies, gross bodies. So therefore, yoga at different grade levels. There's one yoga on the gross level, then there is yoga on a subtle level. what we see, movement of body in a different postures. This is called join or connecting our body to healthy body. This is called Hatha Yoga. How many of you do Hatha Yoga? Anyone? Hatha Yoga? Yeah. So by doing Hatha Yoga every day, you feel very healthy and in shape, right? This yoga is on a gross level, which is also important. Health is wealth. If I'm not healthy, I can't proceed to other levels of yoga. So gross understanding, the gross yoga, means one level of yoga is connecting body with a healthy body, with connected to health. But there is another level of yoga called yoga for mind. Now come to the subtle level, the subtle bodies. The yoga for subtle body. Any posture for that? Yoga students? Any posture to connect or join mind with yoga?
Every single one.
Oh, like what?
Tadasana, mountain.
Right. This is also one level of yoga. But connecting mind to what? This is my question. Not connecting mind with yoga, but with yoga connecting mind to something very, very important.
Bhakti yoga.
Huh?
Bhakti yoga.
That's another level.
Before.
Oh, before that.
I'm going to come on that. Mind, how we take decisions? With body or mind? We take decisions with our mind. And we also take decisions with our intelligence. Understand? So, decision taken by mind and intelligence. Which one is correct? If we try to churn this, it's a matter of realization. And we can realize this very easy with yoga. Decisions taken by mind are not always correct. But decision taken by intelligence is always correct. Mind is, this is called inner engineering. Mind is the boss of our senses. Mind gives direction or instructions to the senses and always leading us to enjoyments. We need enjoyments because enjoyments give us happiness. Yes or not? Enjoyment gives us happiness. But for how long? It gives happiness in the beginning, yes. But that same happiness, when it comes to saturation, it doesn't give happiness anymore. Then it starts declining. Suppose my friend Narshinga, just for example, he loves to have cakes. So if I give a piece of cake, they're very delicious. If I give another piece of cake, very delicious. 4, 5, 6, 10th piece of cake is not going to be that delicious that was the first bite. There's happiness, but after the 10th, eating the 10th piece of cake, it's not giving the same pleasure, same enjoyment as it was the first bite. And imagine if you're having 15th or 20th piece of cake. Then the same enjoyment turns to miseries, health issues. So where's the enjoyment gone? Because this enjoyment drives from the urges of mind indicating to the senses, you should grab this and enjoy it. This is one kind of enjoyment. Because mind is senses, is the boss of the senses. Mind directs the senses. We enjoy with our eyes, nose, ears, tongue, hands, the complete body. So no matter how much enjoyment, Let's say if I get 4 million house, sea view house, it's going to be very nice, 1 year, 2 year. But then after 3-4 years, it's the same ocean, the same water, the same boats, same birds, you know. It's getting boring after some years. Because this is enjoyment with mind. But there is another boss, the boss of mind, super boss. It's called intelligence. You know, in every company we have an immediate boss, then there's superior boss. So immediate boss of the senses is mind. But the superior boss is intelligence, supervisor. And decisions taken with intelligence always leads to good results. How we define a person is intelligent? One who uses his intelligence to take decisions is called intelligent. Not decision with my mind. It's called intelligent. And that's why most of the time there is quarrel between mind and intelligence. What decision should I take? I'm diabetic. I can't eat sweets. But the moment I see sweets, I want to grab and eat. My mind going to direct me, go and grab this, don't worry. But my intelligence is going to stop me, no. And we take decisions every day. So many decisions in one day, either with mind or intelligence. Intelligence being a supervisor, the super boss, going to say no. It's sweet for others, not for you. For you this is poison because you're already dying with diabetes. So this is a quarrel of a friction. How to tame that mind which is uncontrollable. The horse which has no control, and horse can go in any direction, the speed of mind is more faster than running of a horse. Just within 1 second, with the speed of mind, you can travel Australia or any part of the world, just with the speed of mind. Imagine if your friend is in Australia, which is so far from here, and you're already familiar with his house setup, and within just 1 second, with the speed of mind, you can go and sit in his living room and can shake hand with him or with her. Speed of mind is so fast. But intelligence means a super boss checks on the urges of mind. So one who understands and one who wants to try this yoga, the connection with intelligence, joining with intelligence, becomes a proper or qualified recipient to follow the higher level of yoga. What has been taught in the yoga centers is nice, is divine. I have no objection, I like that. That is very much required. But something more on the top of that required is to engineering the inner system of the body. Body doesn't, when I'm saying body, doesn't mean the organs of the body like lungs, liver, heart and all, kidneys. But more subtle, which can't be seen, is mind and intelligence. And one who takes this seriously and try to connect this two with the practice of yoga, get immediately access to spirituality. Immediately get access to spirituality. Because the last word of the word yoga is A, means access. It gives access. It doesn't give access to each and every one. But one who try to or want to or have a desire to follow this process of yoga, get access. Getting access is so important. I've been to one of my friend and I just bought a new phone, iPhone 17 Pro Max. Very expensive one. Good one, right? So I went to one of my friend, and I want to get access to my other friends, but there was no connection in my phone. There was connection in the house, but not in my phone. And I asked my friend, do you have Wi-Fi here? He said, very high speed, 5G. I said, but I'm not getting access. He said, you don't know the password. You need to know the password. So he gave me password, and immediately I got access. Yeah. And I was communicating to everyone with that, knowing that password. So knowing that password, to how to connect mind intelligence to that supreme, that almighty, to that higher level of yoga, is actually one of the definition of yoga, along with Hatha Yoga. So, repeating again, yoga, as she said correctly, join connection with myself to a healthy lifestyle. This is one level. Then other level is the yoga for controlling my urges of mind, because mind is leading me to enjoyments. Enjoyment is leading me to happiness, but I want something more than happiness. Something more than happiness is bliss. And by using intelligence, one can very easily extract bliss in our daily lifestyle. It's easy to get access to happiness, but it's difficult to get access to bliss. And for that, we need yoga, the practice. And what is that practice? To connect mind with the yoga, or mind yoga, not mind, complete senses, focus on one point. That's called meditation about. But the tragedy is, when the candidates start, the student, when they start meditating on something, that's the time when the mind wanders in 10 directions. So bring the mind back. Mind is not traveling, but mind is going in different directions. To bring that mind back. And what helps to get perfection in this yoga? There's a term called mantra. Mantras. Mind is Vedic terminology is called man. Have you ever heard of this term, mantra? Mantra? Mantra Madhu? Singing. What he was singing was mantra. That is mantra. So man means mind. Tra means deliverance. The yoga which helps in delivering the urges of mind, or to tame mind, or to get access to that point of intelligence is called mantra yoga, which is very hard. It's not that easy. It takes years and years while practicing every single day, because mind was in so many directions. But it's not impossible. If we begin today, tomorrow, every day, for a few minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, gradually we're going to achieve that meditation, or meditating on that object and focus on that object for hours and hours and hours. And that's what the yogis do. Where? They're sitting in snow. Naked body in snow. They don't feel cold at all. Minus 25 degrees. And they're yogis, they're sitting in meditation. They're doing yoga there. One who performs yoga means yogi. But not everyone performing yoga is called yogi. One who achieved perfection in that yoga is called yogi. Sitting in snow, minus 25 degrees, and meditating on one object. not ordinary object, not meditating on some burger, but meditating on something beyond this material world. Because beyond this material world there is a spiritual world, which is full of bliss, which has so many good qualities. So meditating on that, then they get lost in that. And they don't even get to know who's around them. That's called yoga. So they don't learn this overnight. They practice throughout their life, every single day. Then they come to this point. If you go travel, hike in Himalayas, ever been there?
Himalayas?
Yes. You get to see so many yogis there. Yeah. So many yogis sitting in snow and meditating. They got perfection. And that's why no one distracts them. Or they don't want to get distracted. No distraction there. That's called perfection. The yogis got perfection in meditating on that mantra. This is another level. And this is, yet it's not ultimate. This is another level where they have fully controlled their mind and focus on just one object. And what is that object? A effulgent light. There's a effulgence, which is not any flashy from downtown here, but an effulgence from the spiritual world, which is beyond this material world, so that they get yoga means they get connected with this body to the spiritual world, which is just the outskirts of the spiritual world, where the effulgence, so much, light is there, and they just get enter into that light. The body is here, but they are not here. They are there. It's called perfection of yoga with mind, meditating also. But this is not ultimate yet. There's another level. Yoga for intelligence. Intelligence which always gives correct decisions, wise decisions, but there is something more than wise decisions, spiritual decisions. I may be good and wise and nice to others. This shows my good quality. This shows I'm a gentleman. There's something beyond that. That is spiritual. Spiritual life, a spiritual personality, spiritual enlightenment, which is not an ascending process. The spiritual enlightenment is a descending process. With yoga, I was referring to a yogi who got perfection with the yoga connected to that fulgence. It's an ascending process. Means with the practices and working hard on oneself, one gets along with that the fulgence which is prevailing in the outer layer of this material world. That the yogis, they get this perfection. Understand? What is it?
Yogis?
Repeat what is that?
Everything?
No.
The yogis are attaining Brahma-jyoti, the spiritual fulgence outside of this material universe. This is what the meditation brings them. That's their achievement. Spiritual perfection. And then there's something more.
What is that?
Just now. This is the spiritual perfection that they achieve. The light.
Ascending and descending.
Oh, it's an ascending process. Yes.
Checking on you.
The spiritual process is only descending, not ascending.
I think also something that you said that stood out was the highest decisions, the best outcomes are decided, the spiritual decisions versus intelligence. So there's like a step above intelligent decisions, a
Correct.
higher level.
Spiritual decision versus intelligence.
Mm.
So with yoga, practice of yoga, with mind meditating on something, this is called ascending process. But there is something which is called descending process, a higher level of yoga, where one gets qualified enough to receive all the messages from the spiritual world. How amazing is that? Spiritual messages from spiritual world. Spiritual world doesn't mean some alien, some UFO is there sending you some messages. No. This is something from God. And this is called God consciousness. Means elevation of consciousness with practice of yoga, achieving perfection with the gross yoga, then subtle yoga, and then coming to the more subtle of that yoga, to their connection with God. And that's at that level is called descending. It descends from there. It's not an ascending process. And that descending process means mercy, compassion of Supreme Lord on us, seeing that we are suffering in this world. There are many kinds of sufferings. The nature of this world is, am I allowed to say? Or I can say the disease, the worst disease of this world is birth, death, old age, disease. This is the nature of this world. We all get birth, we all going to die, we all get disease, and then old age which we don't want. Anyone want to become old? Anyone? You see pretty young girls sitting there, 16-year-old, 16-year young. No one wants to become old. We don't want, but no one can. We can't stop that. We don't want to get disease, but we can't stop that. We don't want to die. No one wants to die. We can't stop that. It's not in our control. So then we need yoga to get out of this condition where we are totally stuck with these four very important, and you can say worse, bindings in this world. To go to the spiritual world with the process of yoga. But which yoga can give connection to have access to spiritual world? The particular word is, she just mentioned earlier. Is that yoga?
Bhakti yoga.
What is that? Can you define?
Define bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga is the yoga of devotion between yourself and God, and it's a process of putting.
But isn't it yoga is also devotion?
Yoga is devotion, but the difference between yoga and bhakti yoga is the object of your devotion, because we can do yoga and meditation with the object being to improve ourselves, and the focus is still solely on our own benefit, with ourselves as the center of the universe. Bhakti yoga is devotion where you are putting God's desires first and your relationship with God first, if that makes sense.
Yes. Anyone else? Your insight on this?
Well, the first thing is you're talking about ascending process. So this means that we use our own abilities, whether to stretch, discipline, everything, asana, pranayama, or the strength of our mind, our meditation. We use our own strength to get a goal for ourselves. Initially it may be to get much more health, much more sexual strength and attractiveness, which I think are behind a lot of the popularity of yoga today. We might be trying to get mystic powers. We might be trying to get some freedom from material suffering, and we want to merge into the light, but it's all about me. My efforts, my result. Bhakti is on the other side. Instead of trying to get by my strength, my dear Lord, now I give myself and you give me as you like.
Okay. See, I told you in the beginning, you speak better than me.
Oh. I only speak words. You.
This is exactly what I want. This is what exactly I was saying. Yeah.
So I like to always think of the descending and ascending process. Like, if you want to go somewhere you've never been before, first you must have someone who's there. And then you can ask them relevant questions on how to get there, and then they can guide you there. So in the descending process of Bhakti Yoga, it's very important to have a teacher who you can go to and find that guidance. Because we're trying to get somewhere that we're not, where we've never been maybe, which is the spiritual world. And as the soul's embodied in the mundane reality, it's difficult to understand even, begin to conceptualize that which is transcendental, as all we know is mundane. And so I always like to think of it as like, we need a guide, we need somebody to go to and pray to, not just God alone, but someone who's there with God. And that's the descending process, because as you said, the Kripa, the mercy, is only available through the Vaishnavas, in some ways.
Right, thank you. So to get out of this birth, death, old age and disease, which no one wants. But these are practical truths of this world. It's a baseline. We don't want this. But it will help us. But is there any space, is there any world where these things are not present? Yes, of course. And that is beyond this material world, which is called spiritual world. Where there is no God, there is no death, there is no old age, there is no disease. Even no happiness, there's always blissfulness. Imagine if we are living in a world where there's no disease, no old age, always teenager. No fear of death. No fear of death or fear of any sort. But here there is fear. Every moment is a fear. Everything is uncertain.
Uncertain. Moods uncertain. Situations uncertain. And whatsoever, XYZ examples. But one thing is certain in this world. Everything else is uncertain. Just one thing is certain, and that is Praninam Mrityum Dhruvam. The one thing certain is we definitely going to die one day. We can't escape from there. This is only one thing to certain. Everything else is uncertain. I may change, you may change, our friendship may change. Uncertainty. But the one thing which is very important, certain, is Pranina Mrityum Dhruvam. Every living being going to end up one day. This is certain. So how yoga is helping us? Helping us a lot. With higher level of yoga, which is Bhakti Yoga as she defined. It's easy process to come out of this flaws of this material world. Very easy. Only with one price. Do you pay for this hall? Any price?
Say it again?
Do you pay for this hall? Any price?
No donation for this room, right?
For donation? No.
It's free.
Free.
Imagine. It's free. Only with one price. And what is that one price? It's not free. It's not free. This hall is free. But one price. Our devotion. our devotion. We all have some devotion for something or the other. Devotion towards animals, devotion towards pets, devotion towards country, society, family members. Yeah, that's fine. But one thing is lacking. Devotion for the one who possesses everything, one who is known as God and who is the controller of the entire universes. This is lacking, devotion. So that process which helps us to understand these facts is called yoga. Actually yoga, which is known as bhakti yoga, and bhakti here means devotional yoga. To get connected and join to spiritual world, spirituality, which leads us to get connection with God, is called spirituality, is called bhakti yoga, which is very rare. We see yoga centers all over the world, every town, every village, but it's so rare to see bhakti yoga centers, where bhakti means devotion. The Vedic term for devotion means bhakti. It's so rare we get this kind of bhakti yoga centers. To hear this kind of discourses, to inspire us to practice bhakti, to practice devotion. So we are very thankful. I'm very thankful to my friend. He's teaching all of us here. Not just yoga, but something more than yoga, which is called bhakti yoga. Yeah? You're giving your time, your energy to make us understand what is bhakti yoga, which is far beyond just a yoga practice. You know? Isn't it? We are so thankful to him.
Haribo.
Bhakti yoga. So you may think bhakti yoga means what kind of stretches? It can be this or this or this. For bhakti yoga, the best stretch is this. And that means, if someone comes to you with a revolver, hands up, what are you going to do? And give me whatever you have. I will spare your life. Otherwise I will shoot you. I will kill you. Hands up. But this is something to be forced. But voluntarily, with loving mood, hands up to the spiritual world, to spirituality and to God, is called bhakti yoga. That's the best stretch. We raise our hands and say, please save me from this world. Means the miseries and sufferings of this world. There's always some suffering and miseries in this world. Always. These situations, good times, bad times, you're always moving. Every individual has some suffering or the other. And what is the cure for this? No cure, sir. Because if we believe a little bit on spiritual matters, we believe who made this material world, who made Austin, who made Texas, who made this country, and who made the whole world, is God. He made this. He designed this. When He made and designed this, He claimed that this is full of sufferings, my dears. This is full of sufferings. And how you can expect happiness if I'm suffering, if I'm here in this material world, if you are here in this material world? It's not possible. One of my friends asked me a question. He said one of his friend's son is in jail. Far distance relation. In jail. I said, but why? He done something wrong. Then he said, why there are jails? I said, just to improve one's behavior. Because now you misuse your freedom, your independence, you misuse your independence and you did something wrong, some crime, so you're in jail. Any country in the world not proud to say, hey, we have 1 million jails. No country is proud to say that we have that many jails. That doesn't mean if you just want to show off that, oh, I have so many jails, that means we have a good country. Yes, we have to minimize. If a country have only 10 jails, that's a good rating. If a country has 1,000 jails, oh, something is wrong. It's a place of improvement, improving behavior, misuse independence. Similarly, this material world is a jail. And we are criminals. Not like criminals. But we have done something wrong, and that's why we are here in this jail. And what wrong we did? Misuse the independence. The independence which is given a gift to us by God, is God gift. But we misuse that independence, and that's why we are in this jail. To improve ourselves. So any criminal in the jail, if he shows a good behavior, respectable to everyone, sometime the authorities, they reduce his tenure. Instead of 10 years, okay, 4 years, then you can go. Good behavior. Similarly, by misusing that independence, we are here in this jail and going through this hard times, these sufferings. But that's not the end. By using our independence in the right direction and good behavior, we can be out from this jail to live a free life. Isn't it? We live a free life, and those who are in the jail, they are living free life? No, they are restricted in the four-wall boundaries of the jail. Similarly, we are also restricted. It looks like we have freedom, but we have no freedom. Even a criminal in the jail can say, I'm freedom because I can move from one corner to that corner, or from this room to other room. But that is not actually called movement. You're still in that four-wall boundaries. Whereas we who are outside jail, we have freedom. But the fact is, this is a big jail. Even though we can move from one direction to other, but still we are restricted. Our movements are restricted. We have no control over our age. We have no control on our sufferings. We have no control on the disease. We have no control over our death. We have no control over our old age. We have no control over birth. We have to go out from this jail with practice of yoga. So which yoga helps us to make us out from this jail? Not Hatha yoga, not mind yoga, yogi is doing, but only with bhakti yoga. How to practice that? Is that something very difficult? No. Most simplest process. Even those yogis who are sitting on snow, they are doing hard. But bhakti yoga is very simple, very sublime, simple procedure to get connected to spirituality. Just singing. Only singing. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Singing process. God loves singing. God Himself sings very melodiously. He sings so nice, so beautiful. He loves singing. And if we do or we perform singing, we get connected to Him. But that singing means not any Hollywood song. Spiritual songs, which can get connected to the spirituality. Spiritual songs, which are full of transcendentalness, which is full of all potencies, and which is actually descended from the spiritual world. No one has made or fabricated here. No any factory or any person made these songs in this material world. These songs, the transcendental songs I'm referring to, descends from the spiritual world. Transcendental song. What is that transcendental song? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What's your name? In the back.
Marisa.
Yes. Can you sing one time?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Is it hard?
No,
It's good? You like it?
I do.
Yes. Your friend?
Sometimes wish my voice was better, I was more confident in it, but it's the fact of just singing it. When I was a child, I went to church, Catholic church, and something that always stuck with me was, praying is powerful, but singing is like praying times 10.
True. Very true. Can you sing?
Hare Krishna, I'm not very good at singing.
She's better than you.
I'm more in the, on the japa, like Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
That's okay. That's good. Nice. Can you? Yeah? What's your good name?
My name? I'm Callie.
So, can you sing this?
I can try.
Mm-hmm.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna. What's the next?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes. Try again.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Can you give her the paper? It's easier.
This is called yoga. It's a practical example of yoga. Something which we don't know, and we get a guidance from someone, like a mantra, to get connection. As I said, descending. It's not descending from the sky. What somebody has handed over to you, it's called descending. Okay. Sing.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
If you practice this 50 minutes every day, I guarantee you get so much happiness and bliss. This is experience of so many of us. We practice this 50 minutes, 20 minutes in the initial stage, and then after a while, we all got so happy and bliss in this. So this is what I was referring. Yoga means connection. He gave you this paper, he made you connected with this mantra. Your friend? You want to try? There's no harm trying.
You want to do it together? Yes.
Oh, now I'm suffering. Why I'm suffering? I thought I'm a great singer. Oh, you both sing so nice. Yeah? Anyone? Volunteer? Want to sing? I don't want to force anyone. Anyone wants to try? Yes? And you, my friend? Shy? No? Sure. Yes? Oh.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Haribol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Good.
Haribol.
How many years you chanting this, singing this?
I think it's been a little over 2.
Is the same thing you singing every day?
Yeah.
Isn't it boring?
No.
So what is your experience in this?
Well, I guess my experience is that chanting it becomes like very comfortable. Like, I don't know, like your favorite pair of like jeans or something. And it's like you put on other pairs and it's like, no, but I have to go back to my favorite pair, and it just feels comfortable and it feels right. And I feel like the more that I sing it and chant it, the more like, I don't know, the more like good it feels. It's hard to describe, but it's like, it doesn't get boring. It's like, sometimes I even will sing it in a different way. And I'd be like, I don't even know where that way came from, or where I heard that, but it feels really nice.
This is what I wanted to hear. It's hard to describe. It's really hard to describe. It's only a matter of realization. Yeah, if I'm having a piece of cake, it's hard to describe how delicious it is. But one who is eating can tell.
Would you say it's safe to say that when you chant the Mahamantra, it's like the only thing in the universe that gets more and more enjoyable while everything else continues?
That's what it is.
No, I think if you try it, you find that the proof is in the tasting. Some people say proof is in the pudding, but when you try it, it's kind of...
What's the realization? How did you realize?
I just became softer in my heart, which is helpful on everything. But I'm still working on that stone cold.
So you believe this mantra helps?
In my own life, I can say I can, with 100%, 108% certainty. And I'm still having some work doing. It's like heart surgery, you know? See, when I was born, I had heart surgery, and I feel like it's still happening every day. And this is good, you know? You cannot be healthy without sometimes remedial efforts from qualified surgeons.
Rahul, this is coming. Today is his birthday.
Haribol!
Can you share something?
Sure.
You need a mic.
Yeah, now it is.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumanatam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So Maharaj, he's kindly asked me to say something. So I'll share just like a little bit of my story.
Was you one of the participants here in the center?
Yes, actually.
And today the score is different.
It's transformed.
He's reciting those very mantras. Imagine it's working.
Yes, it was actually about 3 years ago. I met Narsingha. He was out here to the back entrance of Barton Springs Pool, actually. And they were doing kirtan, and I was so enchanted by hearing that mantra. So I asked him if I could join him. And then slowly I started coming to these programs. Then I met Maharaj, and he has taken me under his wing, so to speak, and is helping me to grow my spiritual life. But, you know, I grew up with, you know, a very loving family. Some of them are in the back corner, actually. And they provided so many nice times, so much fun, so much joy. And that enjoyment was good, but I wasn't quite satisfied. So I was always continually looking for deeper answers to the biggest questions. Who are we? Why are we here? What is this world? Why does anything exist at all? And so I was kind of haunted by these questions, looking for something more fulfilling than just having fun. And until I found this philosophy from Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and guidance from spiritual teachers, I had no way to answer these questions and to actually connect through the process of Bhakti Yoga. So about 3 years ago, I started chanting roughly about 2 hours every day. I chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Since then, I've become vegetarian, stopped all drug use. I've become so much more sober and grounded in my life. But it's not because of these are the rules, you have to do it. It's because actually through Bhakti Yoga, I was feeling so much fulfillment from these practices that my desire for those things naturally went away. So it wasn't some forced process where I used so much willpower. So actually, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that the only way we can get rid of these lower addictions, these lower tastes, is by having a higher taste. If you were trying to stop eating fruit, you should eat some cake.
Association helps though.
Yes. And association is actually everything because you need someone to give you that cake.
Yeah, you produce a butter, you don't make cake.
I can't
And
run mine.
hold on, I may mention at that, sorry, my voice is loud enough. I may mention at this time that every Thursday we have a program here so that you can come and you can chant with us and you can nourish this taste until finally you feel, I mean, I'm so impressed by some of you, especially these ladies, because they're by nature very, very timid and very sweet and very quiet, but they chanted in front of everybody. That's bold. That's wonderful. So it's not easy to do on our own what we don't have a habit for. Even if you understand this is very good for me, but without good association, we still don't do it. We just do what we're habituated to. And most of our habits aren't so good. We do the same things every day. And the reason we do them every day is because we're looking to get happiness. But we're doing them every day because that happiness isn't there. What's that thing about there's no cheese down that tunnel of the life that we live, yet we do it. Every day we do the same things, hoping that today I'm going to be satisfied. This weekend is going to be the party of my dreams. Next month I'm going on holiday and I am going to be so full. Yet a few days after you get back, same old, same old. So we've got so many habits, and that's okay. But come on Thursdays, and by associating with us and joining in, you'll develop a new habit and a new taste. And it's a very, very high taste.
Yeah. No, I've experienced it firsthand. I couldn't do this on my own. It was only once it was given to me, as Maharaj was saying, a descending process, that it's hand down, the torch is passed down, the knowledge, the practice is passed down and given freely. I mean, no one was charged to come in here. We weren't even charged to come in here. And so it's not a self-centered process. It's a process of giving self. And we learn how to do this from those who have already mastered it. And so I just want to say thank you to Narasimha and to Maharaj for both sharing this with me and totally changing my life. Hare Krishna.
Huh? Chanting. One time our guru, Srila Prabhupada, he was asked, what do you get from chanting? And his answer was, chanting. We're always looking to do something to get something else. That means that what we're doing isn't that great. It's not that much fun, right? But where will you ever do something that you just do it for that thing and you feel fulfilled and more and more and more bliss? Not happiness, not understanding. Because happiness has a beginning and an ending. But bliss has no end. So, have a look at your sheets, if you've got the sheet, because we'll do the mantra slightly differently. And yes, you can share with the person next to you if there's not enough sheets. Or did you give all the sheets out? See, some of them, they need sheets. Krishna, 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 Hare.
Krishna, 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 Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Bhagima. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Bhagima. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Bhagima. Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,